What up, what up? I will hopefully get a response written to you today. Work has just been so crazy. All right, let's see here. We need to close that. We didn't need to close that. What needs to happen here? What up, Ross? I'm doing well. How you doing, man? I might have fixed the problem from yesterday earlier. And this might be working, minus maybe payments. I think we forgot to account for payments yesterday when we coded all this up, but we will try. I'm feeling optimistic though. All right, let's get into the code. Let's go to source, electro, not electro, budget sync, budget sync. No, V2, right. Yeah, we didn't cover for the fact if it's a payment. We should probably try to do that quick. Create expense. Is payment. Okay, that actually doesn't look so bad. So when we do added, new, I think we just need to come in here and do const is payment, expense is payment, is payment, input.expense, and then down here we have is payment. All right, that should be good there. Hopped in straight off the back of Matthias streaming this morning. Nice. Going to be bulk uploading my 1 billion text records to Vercel today. Good luck. I'm very excited. Listen, we have free DNS. I don't make the rules. I just gotta keep the system up. I'm not vibing with my Discover Weekly right now. Dwellings, Dance Gavin Dance, Set Your Goals, Odyssey, Brock Beats. Probably this one. This time. Oh, what a bop. Right off the rip. What coffee we hitting this morning? We're hitting a AeroPressed blend from Black and White Coffee in Raleigh. Which one is it here? Ooh. Kind of want to try that. That last one, that looks fire. The Future Blackberry Lemonade. I think I'm gonna order some of that. What is the one I have right now? Shop. I want best selling. Yeah, the natural. This is the one I'm drinking right now. It's the best coffee roaster I've ever. Like, it's coincidental that they're based out of Raleigh. Like, obviously, I found them because I live here. But I would order this coffee if I moved away. That's like how good it is. Like, this place is remarkably good. Yeah, they are like remarkably good. No offense to Terminal, but Terminal can't compete with Black and White. I love the guys at Terminal. I'm friends with them, but I can't give up my favorite coffee. Dax will be all right. I think he'll make it. I'll shield Terminal all day. I think it's dope. But like I've when you got something that works, you know, you can't give it up. All right, let's see if this works. We're gonna first try this morning, and everything's gonna work. It's gonna be great, chat. You ready? First try. F. Oh wait, no, I fixed this on a different computer. That was a fake run. That was a fake run. Nobody saw that. Fake run. We just got to do a get pull. Get cam. Yeah, sure. Get pull. Get push. All right, we're going to just... Nobody saw that happen. It's fine. It was a joke. We were just kidding. That was not the first try. We're going to just go in here. Delete the record that was just made. Just get rid of that. Now we got it. I forgot to yield. I had forgot to yield this right here. It's fine. Everyone, it's fine. Nobody saw it. That look, you know, it looks close. Hey, we got some stuff in. All right, let's see if we can debug this with did we add transactions? Aha, look at this, chat. We got the transactions added. That means our batching worked. That means batching worked. Let's fucking go. I wish I knew what collection this was. We'll see this on the traces. What up, Fox? probably refresh. Bro, if I get the hiccups right now. Oh, we didn't batch. We have batching turned off. We're running serial, but that's okay. We hit create sync transaction. All right, so we're failing on creating sync transactions. And we had 4 retries that all failed. And this failed on this expense. So let's go see what this expense is. Sure, we'll update. Would you always recommend Axiom for logging / hotel? I don't really know. It's pretty good. It has a good free tier. It's got the nicest UI for a free tier. I don't know if for sell, I know we're working on hotel stuff, but I don't know if we have a open telemetry collector of our own yet. I know we're working on it. Once we have our own like supported hotel stuff, like I'll use Vercel obviously, but I don't think it's quite there yet. Oh, maybe we do have it. Oh no, yeah, it gets piped to... Yeah. Tourist hotel. Oh, maybe it is good. Oh no, yeah. Right now it just goes to Datadog or New Relic. Yeah. We'll get there. But yeah, Axiom's pretty nice. It looks good. And like it's got pretty good free tiers, so except when this happens or that happens. Rip. I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you. We wanted to grab the... Do I still have that in my... Yeah. We can probably search on this trace. I wish I could just like filter all the spans. There we go. So we need to go fix create sync transaction. Let's see here. This is hopefully going to be an easy-ish fix. All right, let's fix the type errors in here first. Okay, I think we can deal with that. Okay, fix that. But we want to go see what's going on with this guy here. Something here is failing. I don't know what. Let's see here. I wish it had told me what the errors are here. Dude, this song slaps. I want to go star that. Oh man, I have so many mosquito bites all over my feet from capturing that dog the other night and being out in the woods. Budget sync. Budget sync electro DB. We need to import that. Okay, great. Get out of that. And we want to say const yield star db dot create synced transaction.
Functions describe the world.
And this takes a is payment, and we'll say false. And then we have thank you for the follow, Adam. Appreciate you. Amount, just say $10. Budget sync account ID, just say it's 0. Test. Right, we need to import currency. Import star as currency from currency. This needs to be currency dot we need to decode. We'll decode milli unit sync. Just do that. And then we need, yeah, sure. Test. 1. Type. Credit. Test. All right, we should be able to create this. So that made the transaction, I think. Actually, no, it didn't. Oh, because I didn't run the freaking thing. So dumb. I'm so stupid. Budget sync dot layer. There we go. So that created it. My time here. Why? What do we think is going wrong here? I guess we forgot to check. We forgot to check which ID it was failing on. Oh my god. This drives me crazy. I am a fan of the story so far. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan, but I do. Like, I don't know them, but I listen to them. You know what I mean? Handle. So it struggled to create this. Get expense information, paste that in. All right, this is a payment. So it's failing on the payment. And it's failing to insert this. Why? I don't understand what's failing about this. Handle Create synced transaction. What are we doing wrong here? Conditional check failed. I wish I knew where this was failing. Let's say we'll do something in here in let's go to budget sync, ElectroDB, indoor service, and in here we're just going to let's just log the entire expense. So let's do sync transaction dot splitwise. Yeah, this should actually be delete to there. Yeah, and let's just throw the actual full expense on here just to see for a second. Expense, our transaction, and we'll put transaction, and that will add it to the trace. So let's go ahead and run source main. That's going to give us a new trace. How do I refresh this? Sure. So we failed right here. Create sync transaction. Here's the transaction. Why would this fail? This seems like a reasonably fine transaction to create. In what aspect this effect really shines? Like making TypeScript not suck, to be blunt and candid. Dependency injection, structured concurrency, typed error tracking. It basically adds a standard library. What up, Robotic Head? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome, Raiders. So let's try to create this transaction manually, and let's make sure that that actually didn't get created in the database. We see sync transaction. I don't think this will be the payment. I wonder if we're having an issue. Chat. I think I found the. Oh no, that's the GSI, but that will be an issue. Expense. No, it won't, because we're processing different expenses. That's fine. We're not getting any sort of collision there. That might be a collision. That's a collision. We need to put more on that sort key. That's the problem. We need on here. This needs to be by. We need to add splitwise expense ID. All right, let's go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's go. Oh, we can comment at this file. Create account, that's fine. Fix that. Productive? Nice. What were you guys working on? Yes, you. It's actually compounded every day, and you now owe me $55. What the frack is happening here? Oh, I'm inside parens. That's stupid. All right, I think that might fix it. Near beach, just implementing the GDPR wizard and adding in more API nodes. Nice. Nice. Let's go delete this data. Let's actually filter on just our test account. And then we will delete these. Nuked. And go clean up Splitwise, reject, and let's see if this works. Let's type check one more time. That might have caused issues. Yeah, I thought so. This is totally fine though. All right. Great. All right. Run source main, please work. Oh, it did work, it looks like. That's the success, I think. Let me, I'm gonna sneeze. Goddamn. Parse this Yasan. Why is this going so slow? Jesus. First try. It was a first try. I knew exactly what was wrong. Created. That looks good, chat. That looks like what we want. We come over here. So let's close you. We should have transactions posted in here. Our total is, so this means that Anders owes us $335.84. If we go over to Splitwise, we can verify that that is hopefully true. Anders owes me $335.84. Great. And let's make sure that adds up in our database. Sorry, Andreas owes me $354. I apologize. I'll get that right from now on. Chat, it's Andreas. $335.84. Let's go. We got a payment marked. We love to see it. All right, so let's run this again, and this time we're gonna run it with batching. See if our batching worked. Anders. Am I getting it? Anders. My tongue gets twisted. Anders. I'm laughing at the screenshot you just sent me of who is data. Oh, we're early for a crab rave, chat, but we're already winning this morning, so it's all right. All right, let's go delete our transactions in Splitwise, reject all those. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna turn on batching and see if it hopefully works. Gonna be in V2, and then that's going to be, where is partition? Batching is true. Let's see if this works, chat. This would be a miracle if this just worked. I would be so happy. I think it just worked. I think it worked. Please have transactions posted. Okay. HODL. We can verify that this worked. If we look at the trace, we should see this go from waterfall to concurrent. Was it 813? That. Concurrent. Let's go. Okay. Fantastic. Let's see here. We want to set concurrency to unbounded now. So the next thing we try is we go here and we say concurrency unbounded. And theoretically, this should be able to sync mine and Justine's budget successfully. So let's go clean up the database again. Refresh, delete these. Go reject these. Oh my god. Winnie is so annoying. It's got to be exhausting being here and barking at every noise all day. Winnie! You're not a guard dog. Concurrency worked. Our batching worked. We see the transactions here. Great. Open telemetry. We see this. Look at that. Look at that concurrency straight down. We got the whole sync script down to what the full process was half a second, 600 milliseconds. And if we look at what it was 2 runs ago for the same stuff, it was 1.5 minutes. We cut a whole second off by going concurrent. Beautiful. Look at that decrease in time from the very beginning. In fact, we went from 415, or we went from 4 seconds to when we turned on batching, we dropped down a little bit faster, and now we're at 500, 600 milliseconds. Let's freaking go. That's what happens when you do work at the same time. All right, so I want to try syncing my budget with Justine and see if we can get that right. There's a chance I get rate limited and we might have to work on something else for a little bit, but we're gonna go for it. All right, I'm gonna blur because I don't want to dox my actual finances. All right. Let me make sure my API keys are right. List current users expenses. Okay, that is the right group ID. So that means I want to grab the other ID in here. 1 second, chat. My kids, you know, I've been doing just fine. The white person anthem, am I right? It's only a kiss. All right, this should work. And let's just say for each of these, we'll say yield star. I'm gonna unblur for a second. Time for some music that makes the crackers jump. Yeah. You will never see the kind of electricity that happens. Oh, I guess I just dox my freaking finances. Great. Lol. That's all right, chat. You can see. Yeah, chat. So start saving in your 20s, and you can feel pretty good in your 30s. That's the biggest lesson I learned. Use credit cards responsibly, and you will have great credit and be able to take advantage of nice things. Let's see here. Let's switch this to here. Yield star effect dot for each results. What if I'm above 30? Am I cooked? Oh, you're not cooked. It's never too early to start. Compounding interest, you know, even if it's only for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, is insanely powerful. It's the most important thing I ever did for myself as a 20-year-old, 22-year-old was to start saving, and paying down debt. Music lullabies. Also, don't accidentally to pay your pension for a year, so you know you had to. I don't know how that works. I assume you pay into your pension like we pay into our 401k in the States. But yeah, always contribute to your 401k or your retirement accounts up to the point where your employer will match it, and then tackle high interest debt. And when your high interest debt is gone, make sure you have 1,000. Well, here's my true financial advice, especially for someone that might be living paycheck to paycheck right now or a young person just getting out of college. One, most important thing, $1,000 emergency fund. Put that money aside and don't touch it except for emergencies. Next is basically save up 1 month of expenses and savings. So sit down and determine all the money you spend and save in a month, and then save up to that dollar amount in another savings category. The beauty of this is once you hit that amount, let's say it cost you $5,000 a month to live, and that includes all your savings, all your expenses for the month. You save up, let's say it takes you 6 months to save up that $5,000. When you hit that $5,000, the next time you get paid, that paycheck goes to the following month, and you start spending out of that $5,000. And then you get into this cycle where every time you get paid, that money goes to the following month. And when a bill comes in, the money is already sitting there to pay it. This is how you break the paycheck to paycheck cycle. After you've broken the paycheck to paycheck cycle, high interest debt and making sure you're contributing to your retirement accounts up to your employer's match. Once you pay down high interest debt, you want to probably maximize a IRA of some kind, Roth if you're a high income earner, or traditional. Once you max your Roth IRA, max your 401k. Once you max your 401k, maximize a whole life insurance policy funded to the MEC limit, and then you can do brokerage account. Nah, dude, Dave Ramsey would fucking crucify me for half the things I just said. What if being broke is my emergency? Yeah, I know that's a realistic situation. Do your best to save. Yeah, do your best to save, pinch pennies, work multiple jobs. I don't know. It's an unempathetic, like, it's hard to empathize. Or it's not hard to empathize. It's hard to, no, empathize is the right word. I've never been in that situation except for when I was a broke college student, but that was different. Caleb Hammer. Dude, sometimes I like Caleb Hammer, but 99% of the times it's a giant eye roll. The problem with Caleb is he's so dramatic. Like, under everything, his advice is sound, but like, and I know it's entertainment, but I feel like he loses so many people because he's just so loud. I don't even know what SPY DCA is. I'm using Sony XM4s. All right, YOLO, here we go. We might get rate limited here. That's interesting. S&P $500 cost average investing. I think that's a good strategy. I don't think that's a bad strategy. in the United States, I have like a hot take that is very much against the grain in American culture and traditional advice in finance, and that's around permanent life
Potion,
insurance or whole life insurance
describe the
policies.
world.
Um, if you get a well-designed permanent life insurance policy that's funded to the MEC limit, which basically means it's funded with cash to the point where if you put any more into it, it would convert into an investment vehicle. They're an insanely good financial tool. And you'll find people online saying whole life is a scam and whole life or permanent life insurance policies are garbage. And like 99% of them, that's 100% true. Financial advisors tend to be super scammy. But if you can find someone that knows how to build a well designed permanent life insurance policy, they are an insane tool to have. They are basically tax advantaged, they grow tax free. You can withdraw at any time. You can basically take loans against your own policy and it doesn't hurt the growth. It grows at roughly basically 4.5 to 5% every year, year over year. Um, so it's a super good conservative investment vehicle. Um, but like getting your money into the market, like certainly dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500 is way better than trying to like day trade and pick stocks. Like just put your money in an index fund and let it rip. I have some money in crypto that I'm pretty up on. Not like a lot of money. I think I invested roughly like 7 grand into crypto, and I'm at like close to 30,000. Um, but yeah, is my screen blurred right now? No. All right, so that synced roughly 18 transactions. In fact, I can probably show this view. I just collapsed my budget. That's safer. I don't care if you see our splitwise. So now we're gonna come in here and we're gonna switch this over to our other account. And we're gonna filter to this. And we're gonna nuke this. Get rid of you. And let's jump over here. And we want to go, and there's something with a limit here where we fetched expenses. Get expenses by group ID. Does this have a options? Options. So that should give me all the transactions. Obviously, Logan Paul, yeah. I don't really think very highly of crypto. I bought most of my crypto while I was working in crypto to learn about how it works. And I really haven't bought any for a couple years, but I've been letting it sit, and it's done fairly well for me. Like I said, not like, I mean, I've made a significant amount of money, right? Like 7 grand to like mid 20s is nothing to, scoff at, but it's not like the kids that were investing in fucking Bitcoin and are now have multi-generational wealth. Like I'll probably pay for my wedding with my crypto. Or I might just let it ride. All right, we got oh, this is interesting. Creation method. Expected string, actual null. Interesting, chat. How many did we end up creating here? I wonder, did we end up posting YNAB? Probably not, because it probably didn't batch. Yeah, good. It's batching under the covers. Dylan doesn't need to work, but he likes to? No, that's not me. I wish that was me. That would be me. We do actually have one coworker that's in that situation. Or at least one. I'm sure we have multiple, actually, looking back on like where people have come from. Like some early meta people and... But I would still work even if I hit the lottery. So the error said encode side transformation, expected string, actual is null. What are the odds that their types are wrong? And we said it was for, what was it for? The expense? Yeah. They don't even put that on the freaking field. So that's how we're... Dude, what transaction was that? Let's go back and look at OpenTelemetry. It can be null. Splitwise API. No, I watch Twitch under my same name. I use DMM already. I haven't been watching Twitch as much as I have in the past just because I've been so busy at work. But I lurk. I lurk in Prime Stream a lot. I lurk in some other people's streams. Yeah, they don't even put this on here, huh? It's an undocumented. Payment true. Why am I not using that field to determine if something's a payment? That seems like a better idea. All right, let's try that. Did we clean up our database? I think I did, but let's make sure. No, I gotta get rid of this sync record. All right, let's try again. Feels good. It's processing. Things feel good right now. Shit's happening. Oh, bro, that just synced all of our transactions. I forgot to put a date on the undefined from. I wonder, did that bulk create? Oh my god. That is insane. I wonder if that's... Do I owe Justine $444 right now? Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, chat, it worked. I did not even try to sync all of those transactions. The fact that that worked is unreal. And we batched. Oh my god, that is fucking sick. That is so cool. And we batched that in one go, so like we... Oh my god, that's so sick. That's so sick. I want to go look at the hotel for that. This was also Dylan's reaction after we removed a wording from one of our error messages in deploy last week. It's true. I get very excited about anything that I can get working because I'm a bad programmer. So that took 25 seconds to run. I'm really curious if I turned off concurrency. I can't turn off batching because I'll hit rate limits, but I'm curious if I turned off batching, how long. The fact that we didn't hit a single error, I can't even like click into this. I'm probably gonna get charged for that, but that's okay. How many spans? 9,000 spans. That's hysterical. Can I collapse these? So this is where I have now suddenly outgrown Axum. I don't know why this is missing. I don't know what span this is. I'm actually guessing that Axum is just taking a minute to process this. Get shares from expense. Look at that, all concurrent. That's so good. That's the power of concurrency, chat. I want to see the errors. I wonder, I'm gonna go look at my Dynamo bill. Can't be much. I do want to be aware of what this is going to cost me though. I actually don't know. It does. I just don't know what the free tier usage. Yeah, they don't even have my usage computed for the day. Plan. Data loading query included. Okay, that's actually pretty generous. $25 gigabytes of spans is a lot of data. 1 meg. You know, I'm just gonna retain this for a day. Like, I don't need to retain my spans more than a day. So that's a pretty generous tier. And here's my freaking 835.14. I don't know what direction this goes in. So the bottom is the... can I... live stream. I can filter. Dashboards. I have my open telemetry. I don't know what the difference between these two is. Oh, I can delete this one. HTTP logs. That doesn't have anything on it. So yeah, I have my OTel dashboard. So yeah. How did I hear about it? I think I follow somebody on Twitter that works at Axum, and Vercel has an integration with them. So I was using them for another project where I was sending OpenTelemetry from a SvelteKit app to here. And it's like a one-click integrate with Vercel, so it's pretty nice. All right. That's crazy. I'm going to reject that for now. Cool. So there's a couple things I want to wrap up here, chat. Now that this is working so remarkably, I cannot believe that worked so well. I am so pleased with. Oh yeah, I wanted to go check AWS quick. Budget sync. Cost and usage. 2 cents, baby. Dynamo's so cheap. Happy Friday, Colin. Welcome in. I should have, I do want to make sure I have cost controls somewhere. I think I set this up before. Budget, cost monitor. Monthly cost budget, $100. Yeah. Great. Cool. Okay. Make sure I don't get a runaway bill on that. I don't anticipate I will. Because really the only thing we're going to be writing a bunch of sync records because this is going to be syncing like every 30 seconds or every minute maybe. You ran the 5K yesterday? Mine's not till September, so I've got some time to prep. I want to go get rid of these logs here. We don't need those. That's in fact, we can go delete a bunch of code now. We can come into Electro and we can delete Splitwise, that, and that. We don't need any of those records anymore. And that's going to let us delete a bunch of code in here. Yep. So we'll delete that, delete that, delete that. And that means we are going to delete basically everything in Splitwise because we're not saving those interfaces anymore. Don't need that. Oh my God, we're deleting so much code, chat. Unlock notification. We simplified this code so much. I'm so glad I went back and rewrote this. That's normally how I write code, chat, is I will write code a first time and then I will understand like all of the edge cases and how it works and how I would want to do it better. And then I typically rewrite it again. And that's kind of slower. Like I've worked with people who can just absolutely nail implementations and abstractions on their first try, but like I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, boss. Same, I ate 5,000 calories and my stomach is real sore today. Get sync transaction by ID. Expense entity, great. Yep, we don't need this. Delete YNAB transaction, soft delete YNAB, update YNAB. Delete sync transaction, we want that. We want to go here. We can delete this. I wonder if I can do DAF. Nope, that was a bad idea. So we've deleted that. Let's delete this one. Delete that. Jump back down here again. The other function we need to delete is U. And U. I love deleting code. Look at all this frickin'. We simplified so much. Now there's a bunch of errors that we can probably get rid of that aren't used anymore. I need to try refactoring my plugin to use TSGo. Maybe we'll do that here. Once I get this. Now we got enough to still wrap up here. Winnie! Dude, the Brew Raycast extension is awesome. I think Justine's probably home. Let's see if we can use Code Companion at files, update the file system with the update a buffer with the LM's response. Can run code, edit code. So that's a tool. And what can we do here? We have LSP buffer viewport. Yeah, I'm actually considering trying to use OpenCode. I might play around with that at work today. So I want to, at full stack dev, please determine, I can do files too, right? At files, that should let me, I thought that would let me pick some. Please determine what errors are not imported in any files from dot slash please determine which errors are not imported / used from. See how it does. I need to add the loading state because it's actually loading right now. I just don't have any indicator for it. I think it's loading right now. See, Red. Maybe it's running. I don't know if it's running. Remove the unused errors. Dude, what did you do? Let's do an LSP restart. Let's see. I need to learn how to use this more. LSP buffer fix the errors. great. No, you're done. You're done. This idiot did not delete the full errors. Its grep was so stupid here. So stupid. I'm gonna just do this myself. All right. I think that's going to be used. This is probably used. Not used. Let me make sure I do find the... Yeah, okay. Used. Okay, so that's used. That's used. That's used. That's not used. That's not used. That's not used. That's certainly not used. Anything around notifications. All right, cool. There's probably some errors in here now. We can get rid of that. No, not yet. I shouldn't have done that. Errors in here. That's used. That's probably used. That's not used. Previous sync found. Really? Oh, that's used previous. Okay. All right. I do think I want to keep that, actually. We can get rid of notifications. I know we're not using notifications anymore. We don't need that. I think this is still used. Yep. I'm pretty sure this is used. Yep.
We need you.
Dude, she's been howling out there.
Howling?
Not howling, but barking at every little thing.
Winnie, don't do that on stream. It's not that kind of stream.
Get out of your coochie.
Winnie, it's not that kind of stream. Hey, it's not that kind of stream.
All right, we complete that one. Splitwise expense entity not found. That's certainly not. Sync train, that's probably still used. Really?
Oh shit, I have a meeting.
All right, whatever. That's not used. We don't even have one of those anymore.
Any chance you could let the dogs out in like 5-ish minutes?
What?
Any chance you could let the dogs out in like 5 minutes? I apparently have a meeting right now.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Thank you.
All right, so we're using that one. I think we're not using that one. We don't have that one anymore. We might still have this one. Yep. So I'll have that one. To do, I don't think we use this anywhere anymore. But I might keep it just to have it. Invalid. I know we don't use that one. We use that one. Great. All right. So we just deleted a bunch of code. Let's type check, make sure we're not doing it. How many dogs do I have? I have 3 dogs, but we occasionally watch a 4th for our neighbors who are flight attendants, and they pay us, which is nice. Make some extra money. Oh, shit. 1 second, chat. There might be an incident at work I have to jump into. What is the sev here? Oops. All right. It looks like my team's on-call engineer got roped in, so I might not have to deal with it, but it's early for them, so I might jump in anyways. I'm still catching up. Sorry, chat. I gotta finish reading through this. I'll be done. I'm almost through this thread. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's crazy. Sorry, chat. I was catching up on a incident. Let me unblur my screen. And we are type checked here. So let's get through. All right, so the next thing we need to do is updating our sync result, our records, which I believe I want to do. I wonder when the finalizer runs here. If I add a finalizer, you're basically going to say yield star. Finalizers run. No, we'll do this here. Const results is going to equal this, and then we'll do we'll return the results. That's what I want to do, but I want to do a yield star effect dot, not effect, db dot update dot sync update record status by, yeah, this is what I want. Sync record dot ID, and this is going to get probably a budget sync account ID. Yep, budget sync account. Do I have that in scope? Nice. Which means we can go back over here. And we're going to do status. In fact, we need to update the status to completed. In progress. In progress. Or really in progress, we'll start it here. And if we ever catch an error, we want to say effect dot on error. We'll get the cause. I don't think the cause is super important, but we're going to do effect.gen function star. And in here, we want to get the dB, which this might actually be in scope here. It is. Nice. We can do db dot sync dot update record status. This will be sync record dot ID. This becomes budget sync account ID, and the status is going to be error. And we can actually get rid of this gen. And it's just going to return this by default. And we can say dot pipe effect dot or die. I think. What does on air return? Let me paste that down here, and we'll just comment that for a second. Effect.onAir. We do this, and let's just return effect.void as a starting spot. Okay. Now we change to here, and we say db.sync.update record status, and this will be sync record.id. That becomes budget sync account ID. That status becomes error. ElectroDB is not yet. And then we can pipe on here effect or die. And I want to do a effect dot with span if we can. Actually, that should go after the die. And with span is going to be budget sync dot sync dot on error, and we want some attributes here, and the attributes we want is going to be we're going to copy these same things there. We want those, and then I also want the error on here, or the cause. Let's do we'll do error dot message, and that will be error 10 down over here, error dot message. Oh, it's a freaking cause. It's annoying. Cause dot flatten. Is that what I want to use? Error. Is it pretty? There's a way to do this. Is it in my prelude? Do I have that in here? Frick. I gotta think about, I had tweeted an image of this. I gotta drop chat. Sorry. I do gotta take care of this. Let me raid somebody quick. We'll be back maybe this weekend, not tomorrow, probably not this weekend, maybe tonight. I think Justin's going away tonight. Maybe I'll stream. I don't know. But I gotta jump to a Zoom call. Over at Tej. Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone have a great day. Thank you all for hanging out.